We should be live, ladies and gentlemen. We're just waiting for official confirmation here to ensure we are in fact live. We don't want any of this thrilling action to be missed, of course. Of course. Thrilling action. There we go. We'll get things kicking off here then, ladies and gentlemen, with a one-on-one match that'll see Dude Jeans taking on Man Crusher Alex. The first time we'll see Man Crusher Alex in action. She will, of course, made her debut only last time around the Trouble in Tangetown pay-per-view, where she accompanied the Torpedo down to the ring, unveiling the Power Couple, as they're now known. And of course, her man, the Torpedo, lost to that man there in the inaugural pay-per-view. The Man Crusher less than happy with that, and is out for revenge here, ladies and gentlemen, seeking to get one over on Dude Jeans and get some a semblance of normality back. She sees it, and show that the Power Couple are exactly what the name suggests on the tin. Good to see Dude Jeans back in action, of course, after he suffered that knee injury a few weeks ago, months ago now in fact, at the hands of the Coven, and they targeted him. We've of course not seen his tag team partner, the Spyclops, now the Men of Science, for months in the KEW. He's been out injured from the attacks from the Coven, and we're yet to see him make a return, or know if he's going to make a return to KEW action, ladies and gentlemen. Time will tell. I guess we'll have to wait and see. And here come the Power Couple, making their way down to the ring. It'll be our first chance to see the Man Crusher in action as she comes holding the arm of her lovely partner there. He's showing her off for all of the KEW to see, holding arm to hand as they make their way to the ring, and sees her up to the ring now and does the gentlemanly thing, opening the ropes for her as the Man Crusher makes her way into the ring. We'll have to see if she fares better against Dude Jeans than the little sinewy man did, as he splays his arms wide and the couple stare into each other's eyes. Another smooch for the camera there. And there you can see the raw power of the Man Crusher there. She's doesn't skip arm day in the gym, as you can tell. The full bodysuit, and already look at this, Dude Jeans taking the piss a little bit, sitting in the corner whilst the Man Crusher was down on the floor. Rams the head down now. I don't think the power of the athlete of the Man Crusher is anything that you want to really take for granted too much, as she now carries him over to the ropes and rests him there. Bounces him off the ropes. Oh, a little shot to the spine, and another one here, and a third for good measure, trying to do the damage to the back. Oh, early doors, the double knees driven into the back of Dude Jeans. You can see he's clutching his back there. She knows, as he's the older wrestler, perhaps he has a bad back already from his many dedicated years in the field of science. Up to the top rope now is the Man Crusher. Oh, went for the drop kick, but missed it completely there. The Dude Jeans on top of things, ramming her head into the floor now, pulling out the arm and stomping it with those nice sandals there. You can see the Torpedo watching on from the outside, less than impressed with what he's seeing from his other half in the ring. Both of them so far unable to get anything past Dude Jeans, it appears. Hurricanrana's her down to the ground now, and he says, this might be your first time out in the KEW, but I'm going to school you old school style. Even a pummeling to the face now, and you can see the Torpedo trying to cheer on Man Crusher from the outside, but the Man Crusher's been slow out of the gates here. Into the ropes now she goes, as he's under and over a diving lariat there, but looks like he didn't get all of it. bouncing off the Man Crusher now, showing a raw power, but furious chop. She looks dazed and confused already, and a number of blows through the head, and another one there won't help it at all. A big chop that she managed to block, and a good kick there, and another one straight to the gentleman's area, now going after really targeting them as much as she can. Springs back to his feet here though, both people missing the drop kicks there, and a little Hurricanrana sends the Man Crusher down from Duke Jeans. Goes for the cover early doors here, gets a 1, 2, just a 2 count though, ladies and gentlemen. Enough left in the man crushing tank to kick out of that one. We're going to kick, there's another one right to the face there. Off the ropes now, gets the Man Crusher around, and what's been divined as the Eagle's Edge there, maybe taking the piss as she's trying to signal she's coming for the hardcore division, a la the Falcon. Little rub of the hands there, showing she's maybe taking control of this one. Out to the outside goes Dude Jeans, now whipped out there by the Man Crusher, up to the top rope. She goes ready and poised off the top rope. Big splash from the top rope. That's a long way down as well. A good almost 15 foot down. Goodness gracious me. Massive dive off the ropes, and doing all the damage to Dude Jeans. Lifts him high now. Drops him face first onto the edge of the ring. Pummeling him on the outside. We're on a 5 count, and it looks like the Man Crushers, look at that, the referee's saying get back in the ring. She doesn't have too many intentions of getting back in there just yet. Up to a 6, maybe she'll look to now, but Dude Jeans breaks free of the Man Crusher's grasp. Is he going to look to get back in the ring, or is he just going to continue the assault on the outside? We're in for a double count out here. Oh, the scientific twist slides in, and he's going to get the count out victory surely. Up to a 10, and there it is, Dude Jeans with a sneaky victory. The Man Crusher will not be happy, neither will the Torpedo. You can see the Man Crusher down to 1 knee on the outside. Dude Jeans, the years of experience there, heard the referee's count. The Man Crusher didn't want anything to know about it. Caught the Man Crusher flush and gets the count out victory as he slides into the ring like a penguin on his tummy. Goodness me, ladies and gentlemen, look at that. The Torpedo, disgusted with what he's seen, back turned to both Man Crusher and Dude Jeans. He's going to have to watch his back. Those two will not be happy with him now in the KEW, ladies and gentlemen. And maybe the Dude Jeans has made a bit of an enemy there. And we have here our next match for the evening then. Nice to see nice is the James the Cat back in KEW action. Of course, he's missed a few weeks out with a concussion injury, and oh, look at that, immediately a tag into the ring. He wasn't happy with the BFG starting the, and looks like a little bit of a disagreement between the two of them. Well, of course, James suffered that concussion at the hands of King Daddy a few weeks ago in the hardcore qualifying matches to be the #1 contender, and it is now the BFG who has that hardcore belt and gets the tag in here, and we'll have to see if the two of them are able to work cohesively together. James the Cat, we know, when the BFG was out injured, was content and happy to go for the hardcore belt, but now the BFG is the owner of that belt. Is that going to create friction within their tag team, ladies and gentlemen? We saw early doors there. James the Cat may be thinking to himself he wanted to get in the ring and prove that he's, well and truly over the concussion, and that the BFG might be the more injured of the two athletes from that hardcore belt. But the hardcore belt match, the BFG more than happy to get back in the ring immediately here and do some damage. Maybe James the Cat didn't want anything to do with Atomic Andy when he saw it was him in the ring, and maybe this is just a little bit of a miscommunication at the start of their tag team match here, but they seem to have got back onto good running now with the BFG taking control of things and taking control of Atomic Andy. And this one then will be a more for the rankings. Oh, big elbow shot missed there from the BFG from the top rope. That's a large man to be up there as well. More for the power rankings in the tag team division more than anything. We of course know that the Coven are the #1 contenders, having knocked off the Misfits at the main pay-per-view Trouble in Town only last week. Big crossbody there from the Firefighter. We of course know that the Firefighter and Atomic Andy have their fair share of issues as well, with Atomic Andy qualifying ahead of the Firefighter for the Elimination Chamber match, which saw him not bring home the gold, defeated by the Tange, as he was one of the last 3 in the ring at the time. Is now ducks under. There's the firefighter, a big clothesline there, sending the BFG sprawling around. And I thought he might go for the tag there. Jumps to the top rope. Oh, now the tag's made, diving to James the Cat, and in comes Atomic Andy again. I'm not so sure he would have been happy to get the tag immediately. It looked like the firefighter just didn't want to deal with James the Cat. And now, throws James the Cat across the ring. Be careful of his head. We don't want another concussion injury as he launches him by the neck again. And another fast tag. You could say, I can't tell if these two are working well in tandem together, the firefighter and Atomic Andy, or if the fast tags are just because neither man really wants to be in the ring for that long. Who knows, ladies and gentlemen? It's hard to see if they're working as cohesively. I guess we'll see by the end of the match here whether the fast tagging system is keeping both of them fresh or whether it was a bad strategy. James the Cat now picked up and spun round and slammed down. As we mentioned, of course, the tag division power rankings are a little up for grabs. The Coven are the #1 contenders and will get their tag team title shots later this evening. Here we go, another tag made quickly there. James the Cat diving into the BFG, and it looks like the Tubby Moggies are in a slight bit of problems here. Big clothesline there drives the firefighter down. He goes for the cover, does the BFG. It's a big man to get off him. A shrug of the shoulders does enough to break the pinfall, though. The Coven, of course, their championship match coming up later this evening against the Falcon and the Eagle. That will be a big one for them. It's not the first time the Coven has had the opportunity to go for silverware, but it will be the first time they've reached the heights in the tag team divisions. Of course, the safety men lost in the #1 qualifying rounds and lost their title shot to the Falcon and the Eagle only a few weeks ago, and the Eagle, or the Falcon if you like, whichever one you want it to be, the Assassin lost his hardcore belt to that man who has just stepped out of the ring, the BFG, recently. It is that hardcore belt that is creating a little bit of friction here between James the Cat and the BFG as James is dropped on the top rope, shrugs off the pinfall there from the firefighter, though, at just a 1 count, and slowly back to his feet now. Big right hand from the firefighter, gets hold of James the Cat from behind. Oh, side backdrop there, driving him down onto his head. He's quickly back to his feet, and now the firefighter going after the BFG. James the Cat tries to break it up. No dice, though. Lifted high and dropped onto his spine there is the BFG. James the Cat rolls out and gets cross-bodied for his luck as well. Goodness me, the firefighter clearing house right now. He doesn't like he's got much of an intention to tag back in Andy on the outside either. Frog splashing now the James the Cat onto the outside. Pointing to the crowd, taking the time to revel in it, and the BFG caught him a little shy there, distracted him maybe just long enough. Now we're going to get our second count out victory here, up to a 6 count. James the Cat with a running senton there, driving the firefighter into the ground, screams to the crowd, and we're up to a 7 count already. The referee slow to get to the 8 and now rammed into the steps, and James the Cat legs it back into the ring, up to a 9 count now. Is the firefighter going to beat the count? Runs around, slides in at the last minute whilst James the Cat's dishing out right-handers to Atomic Andy, and his caught flush there, rammed face first into the ring mat, and we said we've got to watch out for him getting another concussion. He's got to, of course, be careful with that noggin now, already sustaining one. Off the ropes he goes, swinging DDT there. A nice move from James the Cat. Dives and gets the tag in to Atomic Andy, but only for Andy to get the running baseball kick there, and that's a bad tag from the firefighter. You can see a lack of cohesion here between the two of them. Spinning round, James the Cat dropping neckbreaker here, and into the corner goes the Atomic Andy. Oh, look at that, he slides out the way, and now James the Cat hits the BFG, and Atomic Andy and James the Cat going at it with furious fists here, ladies and gentlemen. The BFG won't be happy with that, and Atomic Andy looks to take control of this one. Oh, the BFG's in, and oh, he clotheslines James the Cat, and now the firefighter launches him out of the ring. Goodness me, ladies and gentlemen, the Tubby Moggies are falling apart here. The firefighter takes out the BFG on the outside. Atomic Andy, the legal man, in the ring with James the Cat. Surely all he's got to do now is polish him off and put away the pinfall. One gets a 1 count, and James the Cat swiftly gets the shoulder up. The BFG's up and in the ring again. That's a dangerous place to be, considering he's just clotheslines his own man, and now James the Cat in serious danger here. Oh, rolls up the small package though to steal the victory. Just a 1 count there, though, ladies and gentlemen. Furious and frantic action here. Another massive clothesline out of the BFG from Atomic Andy. Tags in the firefighter, and back in he comes, ladies and gentlemen. Well, the confusion well and truly underway between James the Cat and the BFG. Nice running DDT from James the Cat. Can they overcome the difficulties they've had here? Big kick to the guts there. Gets hold of him now. Lifts him up. Oh, drops him neck first onto the back of his knee, and now tags in the BFG. And that's the break maybe that James the Cat needed, and he's in a dangerous position. Here is the firefighter. Oh, went for the big shot of the BFG, but the firefighter catches him. Maybe too much time taken by him to get over there. Spinning over now and driving him on the back of his neck into the middle of the KEW ring. And now the BFG might be in a spot of bother, but pushes the firefighter off crucially for a break there. Much needed. Lifts him back to his feet now. Gets hold of him. Whips him into the corner with James the Cat. And you can see a little stare there from the BFG over to James the Cat, making sure that he was out of the way that time. The cohesion, like I said, between these two teams not entirely there, especially, least of all, it seems, with the Tubby Moggies. Complete mix-up earlier in the match where James the Cat completely missed his mark and takes out the BFG, and then the BFG takes out James the Cat as well. And now look at this, it might be time for a very hungry Caterpillar, ladies and gentlemen. Slaps his chest, gets the choo-choo train on the roll, and here comes the hungriest Caterpillar, oh, delivering the elbow right to the chest of the firefighter, and in comes Atomic Andy, breaks up the pinfall at the last minute. The BFG won't be pleased with that one, manages to, misses stomp, and gets cross-bodied immediately by the firefighter. James the Cat wants none of it on the outside. Just a 1 count though. The firefighter unable to get any more of that against the BFG. Big clothesline drops the BFG down to the floor. The hardcore champion looking a little worse for wear now, and again he's going to get slammed into the floor by the firefighter here. A good recovery from the firefighter. Slow with the pickup there though, but catches the BFG with a big right hand, like he knocked the stuffing out of him, but only to be caught by the BFG. Lifted up and slammed down now. Oh, he might have broken his ribs, and look at this, the domineering pin 2. Just a 2 count, and the firefighter somehow has enough left in the tank to get his legs and his shoulders up at the last second for that. But has he got any more left to deal with the BFG? Gets the tag into James the Cat. Off the ropes he goes. Now, double shoulder charge there, and that's a big man to be shoulder charging him down onto the ground. Now James the Cat ripping the leg over the top there. Nasty move from James the Cat. Despite their mix-ups, can the Tubby Moggies overcome what has happened here? And look at this, punching the knee, working the lower areas of the firefighter, maybe trying to weaken his ability to kick out, going for it again. Can the Tubby Moggies overcome the difficulties they've faced earlier in this match, ladies and gentlemen, to try and pull out a victory here? It would be a real upset, if you like. It would be more problems for the safety men to deal with. They've had their fair share, and if they can't get on the same page, then surely their tag team and the tag team division, they're not going to get those tag team titles back anytime soon. Standing second rope moonsault from James the Cat. Off the ropes now, running splash there, and surely James the Cat has got to look to put this away sooner or later. Here you go, goes for the cover. 1, 2... and the firefighter somehow still kicks out. You can see James the Cat furious there. Absolutely can't believe that the firefighter had anything left in the tank. Crawls back up the ropes. I thought that would be it, ladies and gentlemen. James the Cat now drop kicks him down to the outside, and now has he got to get the tag to the BFG? Does indeed. Climbs back out to the ropes, and the BFG charges over, and headbutts Andy down like a giant Stampy the Elephant, but he's allowing the firefighter all the time in the world to climb back up, and now charges over to him and splashes him down off the big tummy there, and the firefighter could be in a world of bother now with the BFG isolating him in the corner, the opposite corner of the ring that he wants to be in. The BFG now running, jumping to the top rope, the athleticism, diving off. Oh my goodness me, 600 pounds of disgusting blubber there, squishing into the firefighter, and looks like the firefighter's dead on his feet. Another kick to the ribs and a shot to the ribs, a big shot to the back, tags in James the Cat, and surely this has got to be it for James the Cat. He's got to look to polish it off sooner or later, poised and ready to go, and this has got to be it surely. Stunner! Down goes the firefighter, hooks the leg, and surely this will be it, ladies and gentlemen. 2, 3, and there it is. They get the victory, ladies and gentlemen. The BFG doesn't look particularly happy. Oh, look at this. He's having words with James the Cat. He says, no matter the victory, goodness gracious. Oh, a little shove there as well. Everything's not happy with the Tubby Moggies despite the victory. And you can see Atomic Andy in the ring. It looks like he's apologising to the firefighter as James the Cat continues to celebrate his victory as he sees it in the ring. The BFG storming out on him. I said that hardcore championship might cause a few disruptions between the pair of them, but goodness gracious me, ladies and gentlemen, we didn't expect it to be as explosive as it was in that match. We'll have to see if those two continue to be at each other's throats in the coming weeks, ladies and gentlemen, but here we have a backstage brawl for you. Oh, Tanj jumping on the Shinigami immediately. The Shinigami not happy with the Tanj from the last main pay-per-view, of course. He beat him in the cell in the elimination chamber, knocking out the Shinigami after he was taken out. And the Shinigami was pinned via the ropes from Tanj. It really wasn't something that the Tanj needed to do particularly, and it only served to enrage the Shinigami more, but the Tanj did pick up the solid victory. As he tosses the Shinigami over the top of his head now, the two of them are now going at it backstage, venting their frustrations. No referee, no rules, just beat the hell out of each other. It was the Shinigami's request to have a brawl backstage with the Tanj. He said, anytime you want to come and find me, I'll be waiting in the parking lot. And of course, the KEW champion, not one to run away from a fight, turns up here, but it may be to his disadvantage as now the Shinigami goes and gets a steel chair and went to deliver the chair shot to Tanji, rips the chair away from him and throws it on the floor. Gets hold of him now, spins him around with the arm lock, but a big punch from the Shinigami gets the Tanj off of him. This hard concrete floor on the outside. Headbutt to the back of Tanj there, catches him whilst he's falling down the steel chair. The little neck snap there, and he connects with the steel chair on the floor. I'm not sure if the steel chair's a soft landing or a softer landing than the concrete. Not a DDT out here, oh my goodness me, I'm surprised he didn't break him open, but Tanj up swifter than the Shinigami whilst he was busy on the floor, reveling in the DDT. Tanj took it like a champ, bounced off the concrete, straight back to his feet. Furious shots exchanged between the two men here. Now Tanj spinning DDT, driving the Shinigami into the floor, and the Shinigami spins back up. Goodness me, both men going at it, not giving each other any real breathing room here. Nice elbow to the back there from the Shinigami. Tanj back to his feet now. Shinigami as well. He's got the Shinigami by the back of the neck, and he's taking an age to drag him wherever he's trying to get him to here. The Shinigami elbows his way back out of it eventually, and again they're next to that steel chair dangerously in the middle of the concrete flooring now, and throwing through the boxes. He collapses over there, does the Tanj, and a big went for the backdrop, but got the knees up right into the back just in time. That could have been disaster. Dodges the punch nicely, does the Tanj. Gets hold of him now, lifts him up, and slams him down on the concrete. The damage done to the spine here. You have to wonder if either man's going to give in here. Big headbutt there to the Tanj, and he's down. Another big elbow to the back from the Shinigami. Both men now going at each other. Snap DDT from the Tanj. Now goes over and gets that steel chair earlier. And now delivers the chair shot right to the Shinigami and right on the knee as well. Straight onto the noggin. It looks like he's buckled that steel chair on those steel barricades that separate where the cars are. Gets the Shinigami back to his feet now, and a few kicks to the ribs for good measure, and a clothesline right on top of the chair, and down goes the Shinigami. And now Tanj gets the shovel. You might be using this to dig a grave for the Shinigami. Big shovel shots to the back, to the ribs, to the back of the head. Down goes the Shinigami, and Tanj is just wailing on him with the shovel. Goes for another one, and she rolls out of the way this time and gets the shovel out of his hands. Gives him the kiss. The demonic twist right on top of the steel chair. Out of nothing as well. And down goes the Tanj. Now the Shinigami looking for the choke slam here. Gets hold of the Tanj. The demonic choke slam. Inbound, not on the chair. High up he goes. Down on the steel chair. The Shinigami knocks the stuffing out of the Tanj. And the Tanj will not have enjoyed that one. He will not take that laying down lightly, ladies and gentlemen. A measure of revenge for the Shinigami, but the Tanj will not be happy that he was knocked out cold by the Shinigami with the demonic chokeslam on the outside of the arena there in the parking lot, right on top of the steel chair. We'll have to see if that's done any lasting damage to the Tanj's back. We'll move our focus swiftly onwards here then, as we have the championship match here. It is a TLC match, ladies and gentlemen. Tables, ladders and chairs for the tag team titles. So many connecting tissue storylines in this one then, ladies and gentlemen. We have, of course, Big Bird, who was part of the Teachers Union before that woman there showed up and took over the union and rebranded as the Coven. The darkness that has ensued in the KW since then has been a dark menace. They've taken out the BFG, they've taken out Dude Jeans, and of course they've taken out the Spyclops, who we've not seen in weeks. And you can see there the Ploughman infatuated with his dark leader as he struts his way to the ring. I did wonder here if the Witch Mother would step aside and allow the Ploughman and the Tarantula to fill in for this one. Her two favourite attack dogs, but she's elected to take on the tag team champions herself, along with, as mentioned, her favourite attack dog there, who's racing around the ring as the Witch Mother makes her way in and screams to the KW fans. They have the numbers game. They have the advantage. They're finally the number one contenders for these tag team belts. Is this the final first step that the Coven needs to take in order to move up the KW rankings and to reclaim some dominance that they so desperately seek? They must be questioning surely by now how close they've got to come. How many more times have they got to be this close and not in the conversation for a championship? We've of course seen the Tarantula lose out on the hardcore belt, the Ploughman lose out on the hardcore belt, and Miss Kasuj has yet to qualify for a main championship event. So she's technically never had the opportunity in a championship match, but this could be the first of many, ladies and gentlemen, as she looks to really push her stakes forward in the KW. Here then come the tag team champions, ladies and gentlemen.
And at a combined weight of 435 pounds.
The Falcon and the Eagle, the Assassin and Big Bird, their tag team titles already held high atop the ring, waiting for someone to ascend the ladder and redeem the championships. You have to wonder if the numbers game will wreak havoc here for these two men. How much will Miss Tash and the Tarantula get involved on the outside? You can see it looks like they're getting in and eyeballing him immediately. The Assassin especially looks like he's eyeballing the Ploughman. He of course faced off against him in the Hardcore Championship match at the main pay-per-view and was unsuccessful in retaining his title. He will feel that he owes the Ploughman one for that. And the rest of the Coven will of course be harbouring some ill intent towards the CEO. You'll have to watch his back here as well, having been part of the Teachers Union and then taking himself out of the group to team up with the Assassin. It's been a fruitful partnership, but it's one that the tag team champions are going to have to be careful about here. There are the challengers then, the Coven ready to go, and now tag team champions. He looks hulked up and immediately, didn't even hear the bell go there, and immediately the Tarantula's up and has taken the top turnbuckle off the top, uncovering that as well in the top left corner there. And the tag team competitors are at one another immediately, and big kick, and over goes the Ploughman to the outside. And I said that the Assassin would look to target him and gets the Hurricanrana, and it looks like already the Big Bird has been involved there with Miss Tash as well. And here's a chair rolled out of the way. Is the Ploughman, but only to get another chair shot to the face from the Assassin as Miss Kasuja's taking it to Big Bird on the outside. She rolls to the outside now, on the inside of the ring, and the Assassin has just gone after her with the chair, and he's going back after the Ploughman, and now rips the chair off of her and almost hits Big Bird in the face of it. It looks like it dinks him in the face, but he's not happy with that. Furious shots now as Miss Kasuja's taken care of by the Assassin. Big DDT there, and it looks like that steel chair's buckled already. The Assassin looking for something under the ring. He's got another steel chair. No intention from either of the tag team champions to get the ladder out and finish this one anytime soon. Miss Kasuj pushes him off there though and goes after the Assassin, getting the chair off him, gets a big shot in and rams his head into the floor, but he's quickly back to his feet, only in time to get the Witch Mother back in the ring, and spinning neckbreaker elbow there, and the Assassin furious in the attacks, and here comes the Witch Mother diving out of the ring. She didn't get all of that. It looks like she went clean through both competitors and landed on the chair. Hurricanrana sends the Ploughman down to the ground, and the Coven are in all kinds of problems, and here comes the first ladder of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Assassin sliding into the ring. The Ploughman sees that one happening though, and gets the little clothesline in from behind, and the Witch Mother now has the Big Bird isolated as the Ploughman climbs back into the ring, and into the ring goes the Witch Mother as well. Witch Mother poised on top of the ladder, gets hold of the Assassin now from behind, but he manages to break her off, and off the ropes he goes, jumping on the Witch Mother in a big springing face buster there as the Ploughman's delivered on top of the ladder by the Big Bird. Now Big Bird out of the ring. The Ploughman driven into that uncovered corner. A bad move there from the Tarantula, you'd have to say, uncovering that. It's only led to her own teammates' demise. The Assassin going for another steel chair. He's left his tag team partner uncovered and unhelped in the ring. Russian leg sweep right on top of the ladder. Another chair thrown towards the Witch Mother, but she dodges out of the way. The big drop kick from the Ploughman as well sends the Assassin down. He now runs and dives over the top rope. Says, how do you like it? As he delivers the arse right to the face. The kendo stick now from the Witch Mother. Big kendo stick to the back. Drives the Big Bird down, and another one again. He takes it like a champ. Rolls out of the way and now explodes with furious angry fists. Snap DDT on top of the ladder, and the Witch Mother's face might be broken in two. The Assassin pulling out an even bigger ladder now and balancing it between the ring and the announce table there. Goodness gracious me, what's he got in store for that? The Ploughman back to his feet, gets hold of the CEO, and big clothesline sends him sprawling round. And now look at this, the Assassin going after Miss Tash on the outside, unprovoked, dealing with the extra accompaniments. I wondered if he might go for the tarantula as well, but furious headbutts down into the CEO in the ring, and the Assassin catches the Ploughman not looking. The Ploughman though with a drop kick there, looks like he did more damage to himself, landing on top of the chair. Snap DDT as the Witch Mother targets the CEO, rams him into the ladder, and you can see he's holding the head. A little swinging neckbreaker there from the Assassin. Drop kick as well gets him back in ascendancy in this one as the CEO rolls out of the ring. It looks like Miss Tarantula was trying to G up the crowd there. She pushes the ladder back into the ring, and now the Assassin's in trouble in the ring as he hits his sternum right into the corner there. The ring there, and a chair thrown into the face of the Witch Mother. That's not what she needed, and you can see Miss Tash now, look at this, remonstrating with the Assassin in the ring, and the Assassin not happy with that. He's giving her a talking to as the CEO's taking care of business, taunting as well now, a little running on the spot and a little poke up to the crowd. Remonstrations from Miss Tash did absolutely no good for her teammates though, and here comes the Assassin Jedge driving the Witch Mother down to the ground. Into the corner goes the Ploughman sends the CEO. Looks like the Assassin went for the chair shot, misses it wildly, now goes for it again and again misses wildly as he's rolled up. Front powerbomb there, driving it onto the floor, and a chair shot to the Ploughman there, and another one to the ribs. Misses that one though, and then missed it again on the back, and gets right across the head. Goes for the Witch Mother. She turns around and sees it coming. Big headbutt there, staggers the Assassin maybe just long enough, driving him into that uncovered corner, and now falling into the corner now, and don't get the chair. No, Miss Kasuj, no, the chair in the uncovered turnbuckle in the corner, and now the Assassin's down on the floor. It looks like the Ploughman's down via a shot from the steel stairs, and now the Assassin on the outside jumping around on Miss Tash. She's taking too much time dealing with her though on the outside. The Ploughman thrown back into the ring. Miss Kasuj Suge and the CEO now in the ring, and here comes the Assassin as well. It looks like Miss Tarantula on the outside is getting into it with the KEW fans, and Assassin's Edge drives the Plowman down as he rolls out of the ring for a breather, laying on top of the ladder. Good ring awareness there. Miss Suge now on her own in the ring. Oh, springboard driven into the floor by the Assassin. He's the man who's taking control of this one. The Witch Mother looks down and out, and so does the Plowman. He's not moved on the outside from getting that Assassin's Edge, ladies and gentlemen. The CEO screams to the KEW faithful and then climbs out of the ring, goes for what I thought was going to be a spear, but it looked like the Plowman caught him midway through, drives him into the post, and down he goes. And now it looks like the Assassin's caught up on Miss Tash again on the outside, diving around, drives the Plowman down to the ground. It looks like she might be on top of the ladder as well, preventing him from getting the ladder. Good tactics there, not getting involved too much, but doing enough to slow down the Falcon and the Eagle, the tag team champions. Another Assassin's Edge given to the Plowman. It looks like he might be down and out. Springboard facebuster there, and really Miss Kasuji's got to pull this one out now. She needs to use what hardware she's got available to her, and then also get the extra members of the Coven involved anytime that they want to help out. The CEO now sliding the ladder into the ring, but turning his attentions to the Plowman, who's given a big backdrop there, and onto the outside. Down he goes, sliding into the ring is the CEO, and it looks like the Coven might have finished their match for the evening here, ladies and gentlemen. The Assassin slow back to his feet, trying to deal with the Miss Kasuji on the outside, and surely the Plowman's got to go after the ladder in the ring. He doesn't appear to be doing that now. He might have spotted it at the last minute here. He's messing around with a chair on the outside, slides in now. The CEO at the top of the ladder. The Plowman climbs up to him. The CEO's halfway through trying to get the belts down, fiddling with the fiddly buckle. The Plowman's taken an age to climb up to the top of the ladder, and now he's just standing there admiring him. Big shot to the ribs this time though. Maybe he's finally got to get some things moving. No, he gives up on it at the last minute. Maybe it was the indomitable pheromones coming off the CEO. He didn't want to damage him too much, but they retain their championship yet again. Nobody can take these tag team championships away from these two, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone in the tag division is falling at their feet currently. The safety men can't get their act together. The Coven fail again. The Tubby Moggies, you've got to say, after beating the Falcon and the Eagle, not the Falcon, the safety men, they should be in the number one contender spot, but who knows, ladies and gentlemen, they seem completely at odds with one another. Could there be a future where they are tag team champions and they're not getting along with each other? Who knows, ladies and gentlemen? Only time will tell. Thank you for joining us for this episode of KEW Live, though, and we'll join you next time for more thrilling KEW action. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.